Hello guys, put this video to 1.5 times speed, let's get into it straight away. Today I am looking over a conversation I recently had with a guy I know, good friend. He considers himself ex-Red Pill, as in he used to be like a subscriber to Red Pill on the Reddit forums, TRP, and since in the last year or so he has made the move to the community that I'm part of, which is more like holistic, general, but still like hardcore self-improvement. We don't have the same ideas necessarily. We don't run in the same lines as the Red Pill, but we do, strive for excellence in everything we do. We have lofty goals. I guess that's pretty much the end of the things we have in common. Um, he's a useful resource for me though in doing this series because I could ask him directly, "Yo, what was it that like turned you off the Red Pill in the end? Why did you end up leaving and coming over to us?" And obviously, doing a series. Thank you so much for answering my questions. You know who you are. I'm going to read out the reasons he gave for leaving and why he doesn't have a particularly good view of the Red Pill looking back, where he thinks they're going wrong, essentially. He's also kindly lent me his login on Reddit so I can finally look at our TRP because if you don't know, it's been quarantined and I didn't even know of its existence until after it's been quarantined. So I've never actually seen the page. So I'm actually getting a chance to read over the famous sidebar, and having a look at what everyone considers to be the tenets and the forming ideology of the Red Pill. But for now, I'm just going to take his word for why he has like a negative opinion, and I'll see if I agree with some of it. Oh yeah, the first thing he said was that TRP looks really angry at the moment. And I asked him if that was because of the political happenings in the world at the moment. With politics, I always advise do whatever you can to unplug completely. It is the most toxic bane of your existence. You don't need it. Just do what you can to just get as far away from politics as you possibly can, starting with not reading about it, starting with not watching shows about it. Just avoid, avoid, avoid. Focus on your goals. Focus on your friends. Focus on getting laid. Focus on dating. Anything that isn't politics, get into that. So I said sum up why you left in a couple of sentences. The first thing he said is it's unverifiable, which is a huge problem with Reddit mostly. But when it comes to Reddit, it's a bunch of anonymous, no-name guys with no pictures. You have no idea what they look like, what they sound like, the vibe they have. You have no idea if anything they say is true. I've seen tons of guys on Reddit who are just like, everything I say is true, it's on years of experience. It's like, anyone can write that, so I don't believe you, to be honest. Then he says there's too much anger, which is obviously one of the big things people say when they see Red Pill material, that it's angry, that it has like an irrational viewpoint or it has an emotional viewpoint on everything. I haven't really had enough look through to see if that's the case on Reddit, but knowing Reddit, probably true. He says it's political when it doesn't need to be, we've already gone over this. Encourages blame and victim mentality when it's really only about personal responsibility. I like that viewpoint. This idea of blaming like the world or other people for your problems when you should be taking as much responsibility as you can for your life and how much you enjoy it, and striving to break out of your situation if you're in a bad one, all that stuff, making positive change, going through blah 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 blah. Take action, get what you want. Don't blame other people. Especially don't spend all of your life circle jerking about who is to blame and in what ways. That's the biggest waste of someone's life you can possibly have. That's why Twitter and Reddit should be avoided. He says the sidebar is completely dangerous in the wrong hands, so I really need to have a read of the sidebar. I'm not familiar with the TRP core articles and texts, I guess, which is what the sidebar seems to be. So I'm going to have a read through of some of them and see what he means by this. If there's any useful information, though, I can't see why it would be dangerous. I'm guessing there isn't a lot of useful information. I asked him how he found it in the first place, and he said no fap, which was which is weird. I didn't realize there was so much overlap between the no fap community and Red Pill. I know there's a no fap Reddit thread as well. This isn't weird to me actually thinking about it because Andy was in both no fap and Red Pill, so I guess that makes sense. But I've always found the no fap guys to be a lot more positive, and there's a lot more like I don't know, there's a lot more of a self improvement drive towards general mental health and things like that as well. Whereas Red Pill seems more like gamey. It seems more about they're trying to analyze what the system is and they're trying to game the system, whether that be girls, whether that be just society in general. Whereas NoFap seems to be more about like your health and the benefits you get from it. That's pretty much all he said. So it's interesting to speak to someone who is ex-Red Pill. I know there's an ex-Red Pill subreddit as well. There's a Purple Pill Reddit, which I guess is like the people who think themselves between blue and Red Pill. But the reason I spoke to this guy is because he's like really typical of the guys I meet in my community. Like I'd say like 50%, 60, 70% came from RTRP. As in like especially newbies. A lot of the newbies come from Reddit, and they come from specifically the Red Pill Reddits. And a lot of them want the answer to like how to succeed without all the dogmatic politics, circle jerking that happens on RTRP. So I hope they get it from our community, and I hope this guy's a bit happier. I know he's a bit happier. I'm mates with him, but yeah, he'll do well. I know he's gonna crush this year. I'm gonna end the video there, and then I'll figure out where we're gonna go. Probably look at RTRP next. So until next time.